Good morning, y'all. Hope y'all doing great, doing fantastic, all that good stuff. So we're here rocking and rolling at Balanced Nutrition today in Bellevue, Ohio. We're gonna be here for pretty much until 4 o'clock today, which doesn't benefit you guys because you guys won't see this until either after 4 or later today. But I just got off the phone with somebody about this freaking printer right here. This HP turd is what I'm gonna call it. It's the worst printer, worst company I've ever dealt with. If you have an HP printer, it's terrible. You can't tell me it's not. If there's one person in here that likes HP printers, put it in the comments down below and tell me why you like it. But before we get into this printer story, I got one more for you guys. So let's take this outside. I gotta show you this. All right, so we gotta be careful out here, but I wanna show you guys this. This right here looks like just plain water. It is so slippery. Actually, it's not so slippery out right now like it was this morning. They salted everything, so it's not so bad out. So you guys are wondering, why am I outside? Why am I talking about the sidewalk here and why it's so slippery or not slippery, whatever, and stuff and jazz. So, well, I'm gonna let you guys know all of this was so slippery today. So, not just to walk around the building, but I got a funny story for you guys. I just wanted to add that in there to let you guys know. The first part of the story has to do with the ground being so slippery. Let's get back inside. All right, so now that we're back inside, I didn't have to actually go outside to tell you guys this part, but I just figured it'd be good for the video's sake, I guess. I don't know. Maybe it sucked, but long story short, funny thing happened. As I was getting out of my car this morning, customer was pulling up that comes here pretty much every day. He pulled up and I'm like ice skating, trying to get into the back door here. And well, he goes, "Hey, it's not that bad out." He starts yelling out the window at me and stuff, just messing with me. I'm like, "Yeah, it's not great either." I get in, he's like, "I've been working at it all day. Ain't no problems." So fast forward a little bit, we come in, make him some drinks. He takes his drinks, goes to work. All is well and dandy, so you would think. But a little bit later, I hear the door opening up. I'm like, "Who is that?" "Oh, it's his girlfriend." So his girlfriend comes in, she's up here. I'm like, "Hey, what's up?" "He was just here." And she goes, "I know. He slipped and fell and dropped his drink everywhere." And I said, "Oh snap." Instant karma, because he was just out there making fun of me of how I was ice skating and slipping and sliding on my way in here and taking my good old time. And he gets his drink, says, "I've been outside all day, da da da." Gets back to work, boom, falls on the ground with his drink. So absolutely mind-blowing and kind of funny how that happened. He is completely fine, so don't worry, he's fine. That's why I'm telling you this. If he wasn't fine, I might still tell you, but I'd say, hey, he's pretty jacked up right now. But he was good. But it's not the first time he's fell. It's like the second or third he's come in here, gets his drink, goes down the street, gets back to work, and falls over with his drink. But I don't know. I thought that was kind of funny to add into this. I don't really know what else to really film. I'm just kind of just filming what's going on. We've been hanging out. I've been making drinks in between. I don't really like to film the customers when they're coming in and everything like that, because some of them are self-conscious. Some of them come into here to have like a safe spot, and they're like uncomfortable because they're here to lose weight. They're here to, you know, have something good, this, that, and the other. So I don't even pull the camera out on them, but it's, you know, it's just respecting them. If they want to be on camera once I start filming more and stuff like that, and they want to tell their stories, you know what, then potentially we'll pull it out and we'll show them, hey, this is so-and-so. We'll add some more crazy characters into the thing, because there's always somebody random coming into here. But I'm just trying to pick up in between here and there, just talk to you guys and let you guys know it's been going pretty well. But one thing we got to talk about. Let's get into this story. So this printer right here, when I try to print something on it, it comes up with this error code. And I've tried to plug it in directly with the cord and everything. It does not work. Pops up, blah, 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 blah. You must fix this error. And it doesn't tell you what the error is. So I've been on hold for about 50 minutes and finally got a hold of somebody to tell me why this error code is here, because I couldn't get a hold of anybody else. Nobody knew what the error code was. So, little backstory. This place, when we bought it, it came with this printer. The lady said you can have it. Well, sure enough, as we buy the printer, we do this, do that, we're printing along completely fine. We run out of ink, and I find ink cartridges. So I'm like, okay, we got brand new ink cartridges. Let's put them in the printer, and everything will be good. Put them in the printer. Error code, error code, error code, error code, error code. You must take care of this, blah, 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 blah. So I called HP and I say, hey, what's going on with this printer? Why will it not print? It's a big brick. And they tell me this. The reason the printer will not print is because supposedly the ink cartridges there's this monthly subscription you gotta pay for, and the monthly subscription was never paid. And I'm like, okay, so I have to pay for the ink cartridges and then it'll work? No, you have to buy a subscription to use your printer, and then you gotta pay the outstanding balance of like $16, $18. So I'm like, you turn my printer off because we owe you $18. That is the most outlandish stuff I've ever heard in my life. So not only do I need to pay about $16 to $18 in outstanding balances, they said, that then I need to purchase a monthly subscription to use the printer. I've never heard of such a horse crap thing. Why and whatever happened to where you can just go to the printer store or go to the store in general, buy yourself a printer, and it just work? I guess that's obsolete anymore. So apparently there's some kind of chip, some kind of something with this printer. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. So first of all, you pull this thing down and you pick this thing up, and then they should slide out. Okay, there it is. So where it says instant ink, that right there is the problem. So everything else about these ink cartridges look completely fine. It's just this little freaking sticker right there, that little wording right there, that is causing these things to not work. So, piece of crap. And you guys are probably saying, Blake, you probably shouldn't have slammed the printer like that. It might break it. Well, let me tell you what I'm gonna do with that freaking printer. I'm not gonna pay the outstanding balance, I don't think. I'm gonna talk to Christina and ask them if they think it's worth paying for this outstanding balance, or you think it's worth paying for this $16 a month subscription-based thing, pay for the outstanding balance. Before you know it, it's like 50 bucks a month. Da 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 da. I don't think it's worth it. We can just go buy a brand new printer, get one of the Eco Tanks from Epson Eco Tank. They're not sponsoring it, but it's the best printer I've ever had. You just buy that, you buy the ink, you put the ink in the freaking thing, and it just works. It works just fine. I've had zero problems with it. This turd, I don't know. Put down in the comments down below what you want to do with it. I think blowing it up sounds like a great idea. Take it, blow it all to hell, roll it down some steps. I don't know, but I want you all's help. What should we do with this printer? We're not gonna do it in this video because it wouldn't get posted in time. But that printer, I feel like needs to get exploded. I'm gonna talk to Christina and all that and see what they want to do with the printer. They see if it's worth it. But in my opinion, we take this printer and we throw it down the steps. A big old U to HP and their printers. So HP, if you're watching this, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard of. They literally told me, well, if you want to, you can go to the store and you can purchase some cartridges and it'll work. But these cartridges that you have, they're from our monthly subscription. This da 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 da, and they will not work until you pay all these fees. So I could just go to the store, buy a couple cartridges, take these brand new cartridges that I just put in there yesterday out, throw them in the trash, and not pay them 50 bucks or whatever it's gonna be. But then go buy like probably $50 to $80 worth of ink cartridges. Or I just say, screw it all. Go spend like $300 on a brand new printer. Don't have to pay all these dumb monthly fees. And anytime I need ink, I go online, I spend like 30 bucks, get all these big bottles of ink, put them in there, and I'm good for like 10, 12,000 freaking prints, 15,000 prints, whatever it is. Eco Tanks, man. The Eco Tanks, if you guys have one, you already know what I'm saying. It's literally, they're the best printers ever. HP, worst printer in the freaking America. All right, y'all, heading home. This is the excitement of my day, that printer. That printer was the most excitement part, and the one guy dropping his drink, that was kind of funny. I'm glad he's okay though. But like I said, it's like a second or third time that's happened to him. This time, it was like, he's like, hey, ain't that bad out there? And then, anyways though, yeah, this is why I say all the time, it's hard for me to film every single day like it used to be, because before, I didn't have the obligation that I had to do now, or like the obligations that I have now to do that I used to have, because I would just work on like Friday, Saturday, Sunday or whatever, sometimes Thursdays, whatever it is. I would go DJ, and I'd be there for a couple hours here, there, and everywhere. Go to this bar, go to this club, go to this wedding, this event, that event, and then I would go home pretty much. But now, I'm at work every day pretty much. I'm grinding out, running our businesses. Christina's holding down the fort at one, I'm holding down the fort at the other. We're both always grinding out. Very little that we are actually at the same location at the same time. But for the most part, we're just grinding out, you know, trying to get this stuff taken off, trying to get good help. And it is very hard. If you guys own your own business, let me know in the comments down below the struggles, your biggest struggle that you've ever had with an employee, keeping employees and keeping them happy and man, they want freaking everything but don't want to provide anything. If I think that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense to you guys. They basically want you to pay them out the roof for no work. And then when you expect them to do anything, they expect 10 times what they already expect. So it's crazy. So yeah, I'm gonna head home and freaking get some food, hang out, relax for a little bit, spend some time with Christina, and go to bed, wake up the next day, and do it all over again. So like I always say, we'll see you when we see you. Peace.
I'm gonna show you how to jerk your ass.